Harry asks Hagrid, "Can you tell us what's guarding the Philosopher's Stone apart from Fluffy?" And Hagrid's just like, "Of course not." Says, in the very heart of the fire, underneath the kettle, was a huge black egg. Are y'all thinking what I'm thinking? Is that a dragon egg? And Harry gets a note from Hagrid with 2 words. It's hatching. Hey guys! Today I'm going to be reacting to Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. But first, if you're new around here, listen up, because I've got a little secret to tell you. I'm not just any YouTuber. I am Starlet the Starlet, and I'm a writer. So I don't just react, I review. And the way I do it is simple. If I like something, I add a point, starting from last video total, and if I don't, I take one off. Now, as y'all can see, I've got a couple friends here with me. These are the girls, Angel and Glitter, and this is my little boy Seth. Let's jump in. Guess what it says on the card? It's a card of Dumbledore, and it says that Professor Dumbledore is particularly famous for his defeat of the Dark Wizard Grindelwald in 1945, for the discovery of the 12 uses of dragon's blood, and for his work on alchemy with his partner Nicholas Flamel. Says Nicholas Flamel is the only known maker of the Philosopher's Stone. The Philosopher's Stone can transform any metal into pure gold, and it also produces the elixir of life. Are you kidding? It looks like Snape might be threatening Quirrell. He is. He straight up said, "You don't want me as your enemy, Quirrell." So Snape leaves Quirrell by saying, "We'll have another little chat soon, when you've had time to think over things and decide where your loyalties lie." Okay. Anyone who's stuck with the series since the start is a true Starlet, I have to say. Thank you so much. We are on chapter 14, Norbert the Norwegian Ridgeback. It's a damn miracle I didn't stutter during that. Harry, Ron and Hermione just found out that Snape is threatening Quirrell into getting past Fluffy and helping him get the Philosopher's Stone. They all feel bad for Quirrell, but at the same time, there's not really anything they can do, so they just try being a bit nicer to him these days. They figured out the Philosopher's Stone is only safe as long as Quirrell stands up to Snape, which is difficult to deal with for anyone without having dozens of young wizards mocking your stutter. Oh snap. Since they found out all of that, Harry and Ron have obviously been preoccupied with that, but Hermione has been busy with something else. Exam prep. She has been drawing up timetables and color-coding notes and nagging Harry and Ron to do the same. Apparently, they're only 10 weeks away. Ron tried to tell her that that's plenty of time to study, but she was like, "That's only a second to Nicholas Flamel." Then again, he's literally centuries old. 10 weeks is like 2.5 months, right? So, yeah. That's about the time you should be thinking about beginning to study. But I guess it does depend on how serious the exams are. To be fair, it is their final exams of the year, but it's their first year, you know. It's not like they won't get into the second year if they fail, right? Assuming it works the way as normal British schools, if you don't do well on exams, unless you're in your final couple of years at the school, you still make it to the next year. You just start off at a lower level or an easier class. So I'm with Ron on this. 10 weeks, please. I've passed exams in way less time. Oh my god. Hermione's like, I should have started studying a month ago. With 10 weeks to go. How is she like that at 12 years old? I could barely even fathom the idea of studying in my spare time when I was 12. Oh snap. Okay, so the teachers are making that shift where they add more and more homework to kind of prepare you for the exams, which is a sign, I guess, that they're coming soon, but there's still time. Damn, we're already at the Easter holidays. It feels like we just had the Christmas ones. I doubt that we're gonna hear about them in the same detail as Christmas, right? Like this seems like the sort of thing that would be summed up briefly. Yup, says that they spend most of their holiday time studying in the library until the library sees an unlikely guest, Hagrid. Ron asks him what he's doing there, but all he says is, just looking. Wow, he suddenly looked suspicious too. He's got to be up to something. Wow, are you kidding me? When Hagrid asks the three of them if they're still researching Nicholas Flamel, Ron damn near gives the game away. First of all, he's like, oh, we found out who he was ages ago. Then he's like, we found out what the dog's guarding too. It's the Philosopher's Stone. Shh! Hagrid had some sense and stopped him. But Ron practically snitched on himself right in the middle of the library. Anyway, so Harry tells Hagrid that they wanted to just ask him a few things about Fluffy and the stone and everything. And Hagrid tells them to come see him later, but to keep quiet about it because students aren't supposed to know. Then he leaves. Wait, what? Apparently Hagrid was hiding something behind his back. Hermione was the only one to notice. So Ron goes off to look at the section that Hagrid was looking around in, and oh my days. He comes back with his arms full of a stack of books on dragons. Harry remembers that Hagrid's always wanted a dragon as a pet, and he tells Ron and Hermione this, and apparently they're illegal. Oh, they're illegal so that muggles don't find out wizards exist. And because you can't tame them, apparently. Yo, oh my god. Ron's brother Charlie has got burns from wild dragons in Romania. No wonder he knows so much about dragons. That's kind of badass. As proven by Harry, people love a good scar. Like, imagine how impressed people would be if you could just be like, yeah, I got this scar from a dragon in Romania. Oh my days. It seems like everything to do with dragons is kind of badass. The Ministry of Magic has whole entire jobs dedicated to keeping them hushed up. Wizards with that job have to put memory spells on muggles all the time. Yo! So, there are wizard men in black? Oh my days. That's dope. Like, I've never been that interested in dragons, but now you're speaking my language. Like, I love spy kind of stuff. God, this just makes me want to know what Hagrid was up to even more. Oh my days. Are you kidding me? You guys, as soon as I said that, the scene in the book changed. It changed to Harry, Ron, and Hermione going to Hagrid's house. Can this book hear me or something? Oh, damn. So when they get there, all of Hagrid's curtains are closed, and before he answers the door, he's like, who is it? And after he lets them in, he shuts the door immediately, which means he's either paranoid or he knows he could get in trouble. Oh my gosh. Ooh. It says that even though it was a warm day, Hagrid had a blazing fire going and gave them tea. Bruh, I feel uncomfortable just reading that. Like, I get hot wearing a cardigan and a coat, you know? Okay, right. So as soon as they sit down, Harry asks Hagrid, can you tell us what's guarding the Philosopher's Stone apart from Fluffy? And Hagrid's just like, of course not. One, I don't know myself. And two, y'all know too much already. Wow. So it seems like Harry and Hermione have different ideas of how to get this info from Hagrid. Harry seems to be going for the upfront approach. Like the very first thing he did as soon as he sat down was ask Hagrid, what do you know? But Hermione is going for the sweetheart approach. She literally starts flattering him. She's like, we only wondered who Dumbledore trusted enough to help him, apart from you. And it works. Boy, are Harry and Ron happy. Damn! Without even thinking, Hagrid tells them that Dumbledore borrowed Fluffy from him, and then the teachers set up some enchantments, including Professor Snape. Oh, okay, good. Harry makes sure with Hagrid that Snape doesn't know how to get past Fluffy, and Hagrid tells him that no one knows except him and Dumbledore. Oh, so the heat is getting to Harry. He asks Hagrid if they can open a window or something, but for some reason, Hagrid outright refuses, and Harry notices him glance at the fire. So Harry follows his gaze and then notices that there's something in it. It says in the very heart of the fire, underneath the kettle, was a huge black egg. Are y'all thinking what I'm thinking? Is that a dragon egg? Ron crouches in front of the fire to get a closer look and asks Hagrid where he got it from. Apparently he won it. Where the heck can you win something like that? What? Oh, hell no. Hagrid says that the previous night he was having some drinks and he got into a game of cards with a stranger who seemed to be glad to get rid of it. So that's what Hagrid was in the library for. That's why he was in the dragon section. It is a dragon egg. He took out the book, Dragon Breeding for Pleasure and Profit, and he learned that he needs to put the egg in a fire because their mothers breathe on it, and when it hatches, feed it a bucket of brandy mixed with chicken blood every half hour. Wow. The book also told Hagrid how to recognize what type of dragon will hatch, and it turns out he's gonna be the proud parent of a rare Norwegian Ridgeback. He is already proud. Oh snap. Okay, alright, so fast forward a few mornings and Harry gets a note from Hagrid with 2 words. It's hatching. Ron wants to skip herbology and go straight down to the hut, but Hermione wants none of it. Once again, I'm with Ron. No way. As Ron and Hermione are arguing over what to do, Harry yells at Ron and Hermione to shut up. Y'all know why? Because a few feet away, Malfoy had overheard and stopped to eavesdrop. Come on, that is the last thing we need. Great. So they end up going to herbology after all. But when break time starts after herbology, they yeeted themselves across the grounds and met Hagrid at the edge of the forest. Yo, it's nearly out. The egg is on top of Hagrid's table with deep cracks and a funny clicking noise coming from it. So the 4 of them sit by it and wait. It doesn't say how long they waited for, but eventually there was a scraping noise, the egg split open, and the baby dragon flopped onto the table. Ooh. So, like a lot of other people, Harry thinks the baby looks ugly AF. It says it looks like a crumpled black umbrella. It has a long snout with wide nostrils, stubs of horns, and bulging orange eyes. Aww! Oh my god! It sneezed and sparks flew out of its nose. Please tell me I'm not the only one who thinks that sounds adorable. Yes, thank you, Hagrid. He thinks the exact same thing. Oh my god. Hagrid reaches out to stroke the dragon's head and it snaps at his fingers. And do you know what Hagrid says? Aw, bless him. He knows his mommy. Yo, no. So, right when Hermione asks how fast Norwegian Ridgebacks grow, the colour drained from Hagrid's face and he leapt up and ran to the window for the worst reason possible. He saw someone looking through the gap in the curtains and sees a kid running back to the castle. Harry runs to the window and peeks out. And even though this kid is at a distance, he recognizes him instantly. It's Malfoy. Malfoy had seen the dragon. You're kidding me! Oh my gosh. Right, you guys, that is where I'm gonna have to leave it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give that like button a little kiss and subscribe to become a Starlet. Don't forget to follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram and Tumblr. And if you have read something that has just left you shook beyond repair, then let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys later. Bye!